Yo, what's up? What's up? This your guy Ray Hammer, one versus a million. Good morning. Good morning. Let me know if I can be heard. Yes, please hit the like on your way in, share, subscribe. Yes, we are going to be getting to it talking about Andor, show from Star Wars. Um, Mind you, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I must say that this show really had me intrigued. Um, so yeah, I'm diving into it. I'm going into this. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing this Cassian Andor character. Basically, in the beginning, in the first season, it's all about him running, running from his ISB, and so they're supposed to be the corrupt of the corrupted New Republic, I believe. Yeah, so they're chasing him because he killed two ISB officials off duty, though. I don't know if there's off duty or on duty, but either or, so it was the direct result of them, messing with him when they should have just left him alone. But no, but they want to be assholes, and they ended up getting done up, So and ever since, Cassian's been on a run, and I'm like, man, just each episode has me, curious, like by each episode, and I'm all hip to this whole sci-fi thing anyway. So, and there's all this futuristic stuff, and just the whole, just in that universe period. Like, um, yeah, you got me locked in with when it comes to that step. So we passed that, and being Star Wars too, well known, supposed to be like what the top tier of all the sci-fi genres. But with this, man, I'm like, it was just it was some messed up parts in there, but it was cool. It was really enjoyable. I really liked it, and and it was cool to see how well, this girl Bix, she's in there, and she ends up basically, hooking up with him. They end up hooking up with each other after they escape their home planet. Um, yeah, and it was basically by the ISB, and I don't think it's specified too of how his mother passed away. That she must have passed away from her own natural causes, whatever she had going on. But she was looked at as the uh, the head and I don't want to say a resistance, a particular faction, if you will, call them sisters, something or whatever. And they regarded her like as like a high elder, like or highest authority. So they had her hologram show in the town to the people, her giving her final message. And that's when they all, started to fight back. Yeah, man. And I'm like, damn, he lost his mom's. Let me see. And Cassian, he's hopping from location to location, but being hooked up with this guy Luthen now. He's another character, man. He's something else. This guy, he played his role very well, very well, because he was not only um, playing being like as the mastermind, of the resistance, which is you see throughout the show that the resistance was just so cool, and I like seeing the different worlds, uh, the different worlds, different places, man, the sceneries and the different aliens and different creatures. The droids did not. Hey, they ain't played no games. Oh man, them what they call 'em? KK droids, some shit. Yeah, but but man, there's some messed up parts in there too, like where you like, I don't know. Some people may have not liked it or whatever. Some like some diehard, Star Wars fans, may not really care for it or whatever. But I I enjoyed it. I'm looking for season three. Yeah, because it's just two seasons, and the main character too. He's Cassian Andor. The guy that plays him, he plays a decent role. So, and his role, the nature of his role comes off as you want to say, an Ethan Hunt, uh, maybe Jack Bauer ish, around that nature. Uh, and and first, he wasn't really trying to be, for what it seemed to me, he wasn't trying to be a part of the rebellion, the resistance. After seeing what the hell's been going on, and he ended up choosing to work with Luthen, and he ended up becoming part of the resistance. And when they managed to escape, him, Bix, I think it's Brasso, and that kid, and possibly somebody else. Um, yeah, they escaped to this one planet where it was like this, where they were like on acres of land, like of this farmland, and this guy he supposedly know of or whatever, was supposedly, he was supposed to be there to look out for him, to do, to help him out, to help him to hide from the Empire. But as you come to find out, his friend ended up betraying him. So, because when they came to do their inspection, these crazy inspections, to check to see if people are who they are and all that stuff. And so, they was trying to dodge him, escape him, before they catch him. But that's why I was hoping for Andor to get there. But he didn't get there in time enough before Brasso ended up getting killed, because the boy, whose name I've forgotten, the boy that they escaped with him, whose father died, who was like a great engineer of that town, of that whole sector, probably. Yeah. And so all of his knowledge was passed on down to his son. I think his name was Will some shit. And yeah, and it just annoyed me too. I'm like, motherfucker, why are you trying to Say your goodbyes on a day that you're supposed to leave. When you know them, you're facing like danger when it comes to dealing with these bastards, man. These Empire bastards. So you have to be far away from the rendezvous point, which is where y'all camping at, because that was the agreement, to meet there. I'm like, you should have been planning to say your goodbyes. Boom. If you would have said his goodbyes like a way earlier time and then made it back, Brasso would have not left out on his speeder, thus equaling Brasso living. He would have still been, excuse me, he would have still been alive. I'm like, damn, man. I'm like, damn it, man. Cass, man, he just showed up. Didn't even get to see his friend breathe, man, after not seeing him for a while, because he was out on missions for Luther. Oh, and I think went on for 2, 3, maybe 4 episodes of Cass being in this prison on this particular planet. And I tell y'all, man, I shit you not, I was like, damn, I didn't know what to expect. And the way they rigged up, man, him being in this prison, man, these people, man, these guys, how they had these guys in this prison. And there's a conspiracy within the prison, too, of them killing certain amount of inmates or all the inmates on a particular floor. So, and then with Cass help, he basically helped them. He helped cause the rebellion within the prison. So there'll be a whole big prison break to where all the prisoners escape. See, they had this damn thing, like this prison right in the middle of the damn ocean. Before the scenes, it seemed like, damn it, the shore is like miles away. I'm like, damn. And then the guy they had in there who ended up deciding to follow Cass, and his plan, what he wanted to do, to help him see the clear picture of how they're not trying to let them leave, they actually plan on eliminate them all. So he's like, F it. I'm leaving out. Yeah, it was, to my surprise, that man, this motherfucker did not know how to swim. So I'm hoping, damn it, that this man did not stay on that damn prison. I'm hoping this man jumped off, because, like I said on Artisan's panel, I told him, man, I'm like, look here, man, real talk. I would have jumped off, damn it. I'll be like, yeah, I can't swim, but damn it, as soon as I jump, damn it, hey, I'm latching on to two guys. And I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers to swim. Let's swim. Go. I'll flap out. Hey, I'll learn as I go, damn it, as I'm latching on to y'all. So, and it really didn't show, which really didn't see it being of any concern or whatever, to show where all the prisoners went, and if they revealed, I don't think they revealed that most of them escaped, or if any of them escaped except for what they show, which is Cass and this other prisoner. But it was after, sometime after that, when Cassian made it to this what it seems to be this one planet, is when he found out that his mother died. And so he decided, hey, he's going to go back the to just go to the funeral, and that Deidre bitch and them, from with the ISB, with that corrupted ass ISB, they figured as much that he would do that, so they planned for him, to capture him and corner him so they can, corner him and capture him and yeah, and do whatever. But he managed to escape that shit, which is great. And that joy too, man, that he managed to get, man. I'm like, damn, that was awesome. That was some good quick thinking right there. Shit. Hell, why not? Damn it! Should destroy two of them bastards. Damn it, so you can collect two. But nah, he took that one. Damn it, what was damaged? And I think that was the only droid that got taken out when those droids, when those K droids went off and started taking out the Gorman people. Because ISB goal was to, from what I was told, I think, yeah, from Brother Artisan, whatever he's telling me, was that their plan was to harness the minerals and the material and create the power that's needed for this special Death Star, which, hell, by the sound of it, hell, me not being a hardcore fan, that sounds like, yeah, like the most like badass atomic weapon that they can amass in their arsenal. So, yeah, as we typically see when it comes to situations like this in certain stories and also video games we've played and seen. Um, yeah, that usually means that, when motherfuckers are fighting to gather up shit to create and craft a powerful weapon, we can assume that's the most powerful weapon in that particular universe. So I'm assuming that's what this Death Star is, because and uh, and the minerals that is produced that they're going to be using, I think they said is deep within or it's deeper than what the Gorman spiders are producing, from their webs, because the Gormans, which was kind of cool. The Gorman, the Gorman people use, I would say, yeah, more so the rich, yeah. They use the web from the spider to make, their clothes, their silk clothes. So, and I'm like, huh, okay. Let's talk about how it's, been produced out to being like the best material out there all around. It's like the most sought after material and all that shit. So I'm like, okay. But the plan, the ISB/Empire, that was revealed. So I'm like, okay. Got curious to see how this playing out. And this, yeah, there was like 2 to 3 time jumps too. I was catching up. I was trying to see, okay, like how long between this and that. And I'm like, okay, a year that of Cass, be involved with Luthen. Um, Probably even a little, yeah, over a year. And Luthen, him being a mastermind, meaning he was a mastermind that helped orchestrate it, and in a decent intertwinedly sense, the whole resistance, which is spread out in different factions from from all different parts of the galaxy. They're all working, doing their part, which I found very awesome. I was like, damn. But some people, as you'll see in this show, was kind of giving them a hard time, especially that chick, the lady, her Senator Mon, yeah, which her man, yeah, she man, that white woman looked decent in a couple of those dresses they had her in, especially that golden dress. I'm like, damn, well, she looked good in that damn dress. Mm. So yeah, and then she was doing her part because Luther was, working with her too. So it's her. I think her job was, yeah, if I remember correctly, was to uh, get the funding and resources that Luther was requiring, but it required for her to be, a little sneaky to try to hide. You know, she wasn't trying to be revealed. Obviously, hey, that she was funding, the resistance. So, and her husband is not aware of it. But her husband in this show seems to me to be not as authoritative as you would think. What I mean? Even though she's a senator and all, but he doesn't seem to like, give her hardly any challenge, whatever. They have their little disagreements here and there, whatever, but you don't ever hardly hear him raising his voice at all. But I did like his speech that he gave to his daughter at his wedding. I don't know if thought I wrote it down somewhere, but yeah, but I'll find it. But yeah, that was decent. But yeah, and yet the droid that he destroyed Cass, they get during the Gorman attack when they attacked the Gormans, when the Empire attacked the Gormans. Yeah, that was messed up, man. I'm like, damn, you know, they wasn't, throwing nothing. They wasn't. Uh, they was like throwing no bombs and all that shit. That yeah, dude planned that, man, from the beginning to annihilate those garments, those the resistance, those resisting them building so-called army base in the middle of their town in their monument area where basically they have it set up to honor those that fallen from the past. And, they've been protesting and resisting, and ever since they got the news of it. So that's why in the show you'll see though when they periodically go to Gorman and show the scenes in there, you'll see when they're walking, especially that guy Cyril, who's been, oh man, who's been so persistent for a while in hunting uh, not just those in resistance, but definitely Cass. I think he was hunting for a year or so. Yeah, but after that failure, um, and and Cass is home turf. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the names of these damn plants. Man, but damn it, there's so many damn different plants. Um, but that's when he got demoted right after that failure when he failed to capture Cass, and no, that mayhem happened when they pushed back. But that droid, man, and that he ended up fixing up, and he ended up having to be on his side. And that droid, the K droid, is cool. Because that motherfucker play cards with you and all that shit, talk shit with you and everything. But also, too, yeah, so therefore, which makes him a highly great asset because on their way of, because after Luther ends up, getting killed, Deidre's bitch ass, man, that stupid, silly bitch. Can't stand that bitch. That bitch got Luther killed. Stupid bitch. And I heard seeing her shocked face, like, oh, what is doing? And Cyril, he choked. He was choking her ass. He was like, "You stupid bitch! What was that doing?" Oh man. Oh yeah. Well, that was your chick. You was fucking on that strong face looking bitch. Shit. Mm. Yeah, because he was pissed too. Especially, you know what I mean. So, but in that fight with the Gormans, he ended up getting taken out. When his ass should have went to safety, Cyril's the guy who's been hunting after him, Cass ever since, from day one. Yeah, the first episode is starts off with Cat's not starting off, but within the first episodes, it starts off where he shows you the introduction of how he ends up being on the run and how it leads to him basically becoming another rebel. But but Cyril, he ended up dying. He ended up getting killed because his ass as soon as he seen Cass, he heard up and was like, "You son of a bitch!" Oh, so mad at him. I'm like, "What are you mad at him for?" I'm like, you was chasing a man who you didn't know, probably didn't care of the fact that he basically deleted those two ISB officials out of self-defense, pure self-defense. But I hardly seen like in this show, boy, these blasters and shit, man. These damn laser blasters in this show. I'm like, seeing these cats getting popped with these damn things, it's like a one hitter quitter. Like, yeah, I may have seen like one time where a cat, needed to get like popped, you know, two or three times then before he ended up getting put out. And I think it was that was when he was in that prison during the uh doing when they first started to to overtake the prison. Excuse me. But yeah, that damn K droid, man, is something else because that damn K droid is so reliable, a great asset because mm, that motherfucker helped came and saved our boy Cass and I think her name was Leah, some shit. Yeah, who was working with Luthen, who basically we found out is who he ended up raising and being like, his goddaughters, or his own daughter in a sense. So yeah. Um, so he raised her up, taught her to trade and all what she needed to do. And she was there to help be an anchor for him, to help give him clarity of, current situations, to help him smooth things out, to help him make clear and better decisions. But I didn't, like how mouthy she was getting with her own British snobbish ass attitude. But boy, that one scene, man, when she needed to get that damn device, that listen device before before all that, when she needed to get that listen device off that piece of that artifact, that big ass artifact that dude had in his museum, not his museum, but his room or whatever. And Luther was there too. So and other people was there, other politicians was there. Yeah, because they had listening devices, man, and all that shit going on in all these different places. Luther and old girl, so they can be listening in to help, basically just whatever they could do to help the resistance, to get stronger, so they could be more slicker, more cunning, as you had to be. We're dealing with such a damn crazy ass enemy. But man, but back to the droid, man. I know Cass is glad, man. I'm like, yeah, after this, put some respect on K's name, damn it. Put some respect on K's name. Because that man came, man, because that damn droid came through and he took out a lot of them damn soldiers. Managed to help them escape too, boy, just in time. And so yeah, and that's how season 2 ended. So that's all there is two seasons. But yeah, man, and there was some, little non-appreciation, that was being shown in the show by well, maybe few characters, but somebody, one of them checked him and told him about Luther. That, hey, this man basically, you should be glad, hey, because if it wasn't for Luther, you wouldn't be here. None of us would be here. And she's right. Yeah, so you gotta give respect to that man. Because it was just as he said it was. And it was gonna be how he said it was gonna end up being, which is this here. It was just as he said it was gonna be. Real talk.
And what do you sacrifice?
Calm, kindness, kinship, love. I've given up all chance at inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I wake up every day to an equation I wrote 15 years ago from which there's only one conclusion. I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight, they set me on a path from which there's no escape. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost, and by the time I look down, there's no longer any ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. Now, the ego that started this fight will never have a mirror or an audience or the light of gratitude. So what do I sacrifice? Everything!
And that man sure did too. And everyone in the resistance need to raise up a toast, damn it, a cigar, shit, a blunt to Luther. Because it wasn't for him, none of this would have been possible without Luther. Yeah, and so, girl, damn it, man. I thought I memorized her damn name in, but it slipped my damn mind. There's just so much shit going on. I was supposed to go live. Forgive me for that, but yeah, I didn't make it back in time for the grocery store. So yeah, but yeah, she was devastated, man. Over loss of Luther. So, but I believe she's gonna come together. They all still they are hit by a loss of Luther, but she's gonna pull through. Especially since now that they definitely so since they managed to escape from an ISB and them encroaching in and on their heels. But whatever. Thank God for that, George. You hear me, Kate, because he came in and saved the day. He definitely came in and saved the day. He got off that damn plane. He's like, this don't seem right. He was like, oh hell no. Let me get up out here and let me go in here, damn it, and see what the hell is going on here. He went in there. Kate went in there and regulate. That damn joy didn't come out all like half messed up and shit, looking like a half messed up what T-800 Terminator. Shit, no, that movie was still intact. And left. So I'm definitely curious to see like what they're gonna show with him with Kay. What's next? Like, I wonder what kind of funny scenes they're gonna have with him and no, cast, man. Oh, I don't know how I'm keeping an open mind with it all, like, with the paths that they may go with these characters that are still alive, especially that boy William. I'm like, damn, I don't see him like shit. Then every planet, this motherfucker got a girlfriend. I'm like, man, you can't leave a bitch alone, man. Man, you can't just stay focused on the mission, man. And Forrest Whitaker character, boy, he was serious, boy. He was like that. He's like, nah, I ain't letting you leave until you teach my guys, man, what they need to know when it comes to this. I think it was that was a bomb of some kind, and he was teaching them basically the whole schematics of it, how to work it and everything. But Forrest Whitaker even fooled me, the audience, because I thought, damn hell, he's gonna be all for taking out the boy William. But for some reason, during that last few seconds, I realized, like, yeah, it became kind of a little telegraph for me, where I was like, okay, yeah, he's gonna take out, yeah, he's gonna take out dude. So yeah, he took out dude, and as you have it, because dude turned out to be in a spy, an imperial spy. Hmm. So I'm like, damn. So I'm like, now my boy ain't going. Now my boy really ain't gonna be going home for a minute. Yeah, I think the shit. That's around the same lines what Forrest Whitaker character said when I believe he told him around the same line, saying like, "Hey, well, you're you're gonna help us see this through to the end, but shit." Because he became, after he shot dude, well, he became the only one with the tech skills of how to operate this device, which is something that he was working on Forrest Whitaker's character as a something being, his part of what he should be doing in when it comes to the rebellion. So, like I said, there was people in different planets all around in the galaxy that was working on their rebellion shit. Because it's supposed to be this big great plan for them to make one big great assault against the Empire slash ISB. So yeah, hopefully I could be heard well. But yeah, because this show was decent, man. This show's really good, and yeah, best believe your boy's been on a. I was on a whole Star Wars binge. Hop between this and which the next show we're going to be covering, Mandalorian, Star Wars Mandalorian. And that one definitely, yeah. Like I have to um, put that maybe a little bit above Andor. And shout out to Artisan, brother Artisan, for the clarity he gave on this panel. Go check him out. For when he basically told me, because I didn't know, that Andor was setting up events for Rogue One, in which I must check in its entirety. Yes, there's so much Star Wars shit I gotta watch. Yes, the Clone Wars, Ninja. Yes, the Clone Wars. We've been talking about the Clone Wars, the Clone Wars, the Clone Wars. Seems like, yeah, the Clone Wars is uh is the heart of Star Wars. As I can take it. Okay. And I see the show of Osaka tendon. So yeah, some I came across and found this show, which I haven't seen yet, to be less favorable, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Hey, for the sake of the wonder of the mind and the fascination with sci-fi. In the name of that, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. And there was another one too that hell I think just came out what this year or last year. Good check, yeah, but I don't have a device. But yeah, because this stays updated with showing me all the new updated stuff. So, and I do plan on watching and giving a review for Karate Kid, the new Karate Kid movie. I shall be covering that. That's a definite. And hmm, no, it's on my left arm or left shoulder, maybe hurt. Um, but yeah, but thank you guys for coming through, man, and hear my thoughts about this show. And yeah, and leave your thoughts to what you guys think of this show Andor. Is there again? The boy that helped them out with building the little bombs of making the explosives that they had, so they can like throw them and launch them and stuff. Yeah, I'm like, damn, y'all should have been and start launching that shit. Not wait till after they done fired off their blasters and took out like a dozen of you. As soon as you see one spark, damn hell, you should have just started just launching the damn things. Hell, or taking some of their soldiers and using them as shields. Shit. The hell, boy, I've been getting quick thinking, creative. Shit. But boy, as soon as they start calling out them droids, oh boy, it was over with, son. You me, man. There was a report made that a whole bunch of Gormans was losing their lives and shit. Man. And Cyril's dumbass, he had to go and try to attack Cass, Cassian, because of him, being in search for him, all this time or whatever. But it then, like, when the whole period went by, when he basically took him off his mind, for a minute, for a great minute, and he ends up seeing him in this during this chaos, and he just ended up snapping like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, you deserve to catch that taser. He sure did. Cause I'm like, damn it. Okay, let's say okay, you can be pissed off at Cassia, but why would you idiotically allow your frustrations with Cassian override the rational thinking that you should have been applied in that situation, which was to find safety. Like find somewhere to duck off, damn it, and and hide and shit. Like, I'm like, shit, fuck. Like, damn it, you casting bastard. Like, shit. Like, hell, or linked up with the motherfucker. Shit, hell. And, boom. And I would have thought that, damn it. I didn't think they was going to write Cyril off like that. I'm like, damn, y'all just, shit. When took him out, I felt a little quick shiver of a damn Game of Thrones vibe when they took him out. I'm like, damn. I'm like, shit. I'm like, damn. I mean, he was a fool, but damn. Because he wasn't really like, not as much power, not as much, that he can do, like, and not having hardly any power of anything, of any consequence. So therefore, like, why not just link up with him during this during this wild, hectic time, and sort things out, hey, as y'all figure out together on how to escape and to get the hell out of there, out of Gorman, while talking, y'all converse, and then you end up seeing, oh my God, so what the hell? Damn. I mean, this is like Cyril, like saying like as if Cyril's talking, like the cast, like if there was a link up, managed to escape. And after talking, he'll talking to Cass, Cass will tell him what's what, what actually happened that day during episode one. And Cyril will be like, damn, man. So I was really wasting my time chasing you. Like, so, like I had this hard on to catch you. Pause. Cyril had this hard on to catch him, and he gonna realize, like, damn, that's, I feel fucking stupid. He's gonna feel like shit. And there was so much time and mental brain power that he wasted. And the consequence of that obsession led to him with his brains getting literally pushed out by way of phaser. Blaster phaser, yeah. So I'm like, damn. The dude who some people say, like, oh, you can't really blame Deidre, man. She was under the pressure from someone who was a superior to her, and who really didn't want it to be uh, put on those. He peer pressure her, he pressured her to go ahead and give off the kill order to start killing off the Gormans. Yeah. But the bitch wouldn't have got to that point if she didn't have her own obsessions, plural, which was to rise up in her station, to be recognized, to get noticed, to get points with her superiors. Much showing like how badass of a bounty hunter and a resistance fighter that she is. with how she was applying her strategy to catching the rebels. Yeah, that whole desire led her to being at that point. So therefore, no, we blame it all on her. So that damn Deidre bitch, yeah, she can ride along with him too. Ride along with the evil bastard that pressure her to give that order. Can't even think, man. Every time I think of the Gormans, I'm like, yeah, that's how they want us to be. Yeah, they want us to be as black folks to be as the Gormans. And if we show resistance in the same as they, and plus as history have shown, has been recorded and proven, the fact that they will, the tyrants, will try to eliminate you. So therefore relies on one, the rebel, standing on righteousness, to not to fear that. So, but yeah, hopefully my sound is still good. Me going this long, and good morning again to you guys, and peace and blessings. And yeah, we should be going live later. Talk about Mandalorian. Binging with both of them. Just finished the Mandalorian, and yeah, both Star Wars shows was good. I like them; they was decent. Um, George Lucas, you can miss me with the girl boss syndrome shit. Even though I would say it, yeah, it's then on the same level between both shows. Yeah, as y'all give my thoughts on that on awesome Mandalorian. Shit, this is the way, damn it. Shit, some of that shit, motherfucker. I'm like, this is the way. No, motherfucker, that's not the way. That's the dumb way. So yeah, I'll be giving my thoughts on that, especially with certain scenes and everything. So, um, but man, they really every time I see Star Wars movie, it's or show, they never fail to to bring you the in-depth futuristic side of it, you know, where it has a way to cause you to gravitate towards it and to be immersed in it, you know. Where you're like, damn, it's like I like that shit. Not only is it filled with life all around you, but different creatures and shit like that. Yeah. So it's just man, that's another reason, one of the reasons why I love Mass Effect. Mass Effect, yeah, definitely. And definitely captures the whole futuristic shit when it comes to the music. So it's like the music is not off, it's not sounding like super weird out of whack, but it sounds like it's just right, and it's like damn, yeah, I can rock with it. Most of what you will hear some like techno music, ranging from multitudes of different artists out there that are in that, so that are in that genre heavy. And from a lot of these sci-fi films, from the major ones I've seen, like Star Wars, yeah, they really get well with their music and the sound production. Yes, it was awesome. And what else with Cassian? Yeah, that what you would call it, Star Fighters or Tie Fighters? Yeah, I think it's a Tie Fighter that he stole. It took him a minute to to get used to. I'm like, oh, wait, I know this show's name after you, boy, but damn it, Cass, you shit the way he was tilting off that damn cliff, boy. I'm like, damn it, the situation was dire. It was pressing up on his ass. The situation was telling his man, telling him, look here, yeah, if you don't get this shit straight and learn how to fly this motherfucker real quick, your ass is gonna die, son. Oh man. So, yeah, you know, learn how to fly, boy. I'm taking out a couple other guys, that was yeah, that was coming after him for stealing a damn fighter. So it was fitting. Yeah. Just as y'all got Grogu with Mando, then Djarin. Shit, let my guy Cassian there. I'm gonna let him have K. It's his right man. It's his right hand man or right hand droid. Shit, that would be a duo. And can't wait for season 3 so I can, because I'm anticipating right now, man, the type of scenes too, man, what they may have, and uh, hoping to see like of them coming out with more funny scenes. Because there's certain points in there where it's just comical too. But hmm. Oh man, they have some little weird traditions in there, but as it is with all civilizations, they all have their own customs. But yeah, so this show was great. Not gonna, um, stretch it out that long, but yeah. But thank you guys for coming through. This is your guy Ray Hama, one versus a million. We're back. The Hama Force is back. So yeah, especially too if you guys let me know the sound is okay and it's good, and I will be going back and checking it myself. So yeah. So thank you guys for coming through again. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the Cash App too as well. All right. You guys can support that way as well. But I'll say equally to you, you can like, share, and subscribe. So appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming. One versus a million. I'm out. Peace. Little outro song right here for y'all. Yeah, all right. Before we go, yeah, just remembered. Yeah, what I forgot to mention is that yeah, Bix when her leaving when she left the Resistance, um, she left basically the Resistance. She left Cass behind because she wanted to go off and get away, and let him do his thing, in the Resistance, in accordance to Luthen's plan. So I'm like, okay, but she did that because she was pregnant. She left because she was pregnant. Because in the end, you see, where she's holding Cass' baby. So some people say her baby, but we all know the kids belong to the father. So yeah, one versus a million. I'm out. Peace.